Chargers and Broncos, which starts with some good old-fashioned hockey bashing.
Oh, Ed, you are almost off the hook.
I think he was blindfolded. Oh, boy. The Broncos and Chargers, the winner of this game is in the playoffs. The first person in the end zone on the night. Tatum Bell gives the Denver Broncos a 6-3 lead, missed the extra point. Ensuing Chargers possession, Phillip Rivers to Vincent Jackson laying out.
What a great catch, Vincent Jackson. Go out and make a play.
Phillip Rivers is one of the most accurate passers in the NFL.
37-yard gain, 5 plays later. LT comes a-calling.
Looks healthy.
That's the LT we know.
Yeah, he's getting healthier by the month.
We saw a lot of that Tomlinson on the night. And then Rivers to Antonio Gates cooking.
This is the most efficient passer in the National Football League.
4 plays later, 3rd and 8 from the Broncos, 24. Rivers to Gates again.
You said efficient, I said accurate.
Well, this one was
rating.
almost a first down, inches short. So Norv and LT put their heads together.
Who do you give it to, Coach?
Well, you sneak it. You sneak it.
There you go.
And then 2 plays later, I'll take it from here, Steve. Who do you give it to? Brandon Manu Maliuna. That's who you give it to.
I think he's trying to get it to 21.
That's the way they probably drew it up, but Manu Maliuna ran right in front of LT. Next Chargers possession, Rivers to Chris Chambers. That's a connection we haven't seen in a while.
We give LT and the Stars on this team a lot of credit, but our offensive line is really doing their jobs.
3rd and 2, it's a little whip-de-doo to Vincent Jackson, the reverse down to the 5. Now who do you give it to, Steve?
I give it to 21.
And this is some old-school, hard-charging LT. And
does he want it?
Inside the 5-yard line, he pops it in. Next Broncos possession down 24-6. Tony Scheffler catches it, but he's ruled out of bounds.
The new rule.
Yeah, no force out this year.
Push him out. He's out.
So the ruling on the field stands is no touchdown. Next play, Cutler to Brandon Marshall. Paul Oliver steps in front of it. That's a pick, and Cutler is in disbelief as the Broncos turned away with no points right before the end of the half, down 24-6 in a must-win game. First possession of the second half. 5th play of the Broncos drive. Tatum Bell, nice cut, and he's running downhill.
One of the few backs that are not on injured reserve. Tatum Bell goes in to score in the first drive.
24-13, but the next Chargers possession. This is the LT we haven't seen much of late. And that's old school right there.
Yeah, they just got to give them room to run. But one thing you know about both of these defenses, they're going to give you plenty opportunities for success.
And then 3 plays later, the little Darren Sproles with
nice cut.
With the legs from the BlackBerry commercial, runs it in on the screen, 31-13. The dump off, I guess. Next Broncos possession.
Oops.
Wow. Smacked down by Sean Phillips. Luis Castillo, defensive lineman with the pick. And then 1 play later, who do you give it to?
I give it to 21.
This is, again, like, that's 2006.
Great blocking
Pager,
down.
and he smells the playoffs.
38-13. It's 45-21 at this point. When Cutler to Brandon Marshall, and Marshall just trips over his own foots right there, and Marshall spikes the ball. That's 5-yard penalty, and a 50-burger the Chargers put on the Broncos, and the Chargers become the first 4-8 team to make the playoffs